The night Nathan Cole decided to take a different route home. He had no idea he was about to uncover a truth that would change not only his life, but the life of the woman he thought he knew better than anyone. What he saw at that quiet, flickering bus stop would haunt him, and what he discovered next would leave him completely shaken. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and the quiet power of doing the right thing, even when no one is watching, then take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Because this story might just remind you why humanity still matters. Nathan was a single father trying to hold life together with worn-out hands and an unbreakable will. Every morning, he woke before sunrise in his small apartment in Ohio, making breakfast for his 6-year-old daughter, Sophie. She was his world. His reason to keep going after his wife had passed away 3 years ago. Between packing her school lunch and fixing her messy ponytail, Nathan often forgot about his own exhaustion. By day, he worked as a maintenance technician at a large corporate office building owned by Harrison Enterprises. The job didn't pay much, but it was stable, and stability was something Nathan desperately needed. His boss, Victoria Hayes, was known throughout the company as a powerful, distant CEO. She rarely spoke to employees outside the executive circle, and when she did, her tone was cold, precise, and intimidating. To Nathan, she was just another rich executive who had no idea what real struggle looked like. That belief shattered one evening. Nathan had stayed late at work fixing a broken heating unit on the top floor. By the time he clocked out, the city streets were unusually quiet. He decided to take a shortcut, a path he rarely used, through a less crowded part of town. That's when he saw her. Sitting alone on a worn-out bench at a dimly lit bus stop was Victoria Hayes. But something was off. She wasn't dressed in her usual sharp business suits. Instead, she wore a simple coat, her hair slightly disheveled, her posture slumped in a way Nathan had never seen before. There was no driver, no security, no luxury car waiting nearby, just silence, and a woman who looked completely out of place in her own world. Nathan slowed down, his instincts conflicted. Should he walk away, pretend he didn't see her? But then he noticed something else. Victoria was shivering. Without thinking too much, Nathan approached cautiously. "Miss Hayes," he called softly. She looked up, startled. For a moment, fear flashed across her face, but it quickly disappeared behind a forced composure. "Nathan, right," she said, recognizing him. "Yes. Are you okay?" he asked, unsure if he was crossing a line. Victoria hesitated. That hesitation told Nathan everything. "I'm fine," she said, but her voice betrayed her. Nathan glanced around. The bus stop was empty. No sign of help. No sign of the powerful life she lived during the day. "Where's your car?" he asked. She looked away. "It's gone." Something didn't add up. Nathan took off his jacket and gently placed it over her shoulders. "It's freezing out here. You shouldn't be sitting alone like this." Victoria's eyes softened slightly, but she said nothing. "Look," Nathan continued, "I don't know what's going on, but I can't just leave you here. Let me at least get you somewhere safe." For a moment, she looked like she was about to refuse. Then, quietly, she nodded. Nathan walked her to his old pickup truck parked down the street. It wasn't much, rust on the sides, engine that growled too loud, but it was warm, safe. As they drove, silence filled the air. Until finally, Victoria spoke. "Do you ever feel like everything you built isn't really yours?" Nathan frowned slightly. "What do you mean?" She let out a quiet breath. "My company, my position, my life, it was all handed to me after my father passed. People see power, success, but they don't see the truth." Nathan didn't interrupt. "They don't see the board members trying to push me out, the deals made behind my back, the fact that tonight I was locked out of my own office, my accounts frozen, my driver gone." Nathan's grip tightened on the steering wheel. "They're taking everything from me," she whispered. That's when it hit him. Victoria Hayes wasn't just sitting at a bus stop. She had been abandoned. Nathan parked outside a small diner that was still open. "Come on," he said. "You need to eat." Inside, the warm lights and smell of coffee created a sharp contrast to the cold night outside. Victoria looked around as if she had stepped into another world. Nathan ordered 2 meals. When the food arrived, Victoria hesitated before taking her first bite. "This is good," she admitted quietly. Nathan smiled faintly. "Yeah. It's not five-star dining, but it does the job." For the first time, Victoria gave a small, genuine smile. Over the next hour, she told him everything: how her father's business partners never believed in her, how they waited for the right moment to take control, and how tonight they made their move, cutting her off from everything. "I have nothing left," she said. Nathan leaned back, thinking. "You're wrong," he replied. She looked at him, confused. "You still have yourself, and trust me, that matters more than anything they can take." Victoria stared at him as if hearing something she had forgotten long ago. Nathan hesitated, then added, "You can stay at my place tonight. It's not much, but it's safe." She blinked, surprised. "Why would you do that?" Nathan shrugged. "Because someone once helped me when I had nothing, and I never forgot it." That night, Victoria Hayes, the powerful CEO, slept on a small couch in Nathan's modest apartment, under a worn blanket, and something inside her began to change. The next morning, Sophie walked into the living room and froze. "Daddy, who's that?" Nathan chuckled softly. "That's a friend." Victoria sat up slightly embarrassed, but Sophie smiled brightly. "Hi, I'm Sophie." Victoria hesitated, then smiled back. "Hi, Sophie." In that simple moment, something cracked open in her heart. Days turned into a week. Nathan helped Victoria contact a trusted lawyer. Piece by piece, they uncovered evidence of illegal actions taken by the board. With Nathan's quiet support and her renewed determination, Victoria fought back, and she won. The board members were removed. Control of the company was restored. But when Victoria returned to her office, something felt different. The glass walls, the expensive furniture, the silence. It no longer felt like power. It felt empty. So she made a decision. A week later, Nathan was called into her office. He walked in nervously, unsure of what to expect. Victoria stood up, smiling. "I owe you everything," she said. Nathan shook his head. "No, you don't." "Yes," she insisted. "And I intend to repay it, not with money, but with change." She handed him a document. Nathan read it, eyes widening. "You are offering me a management position?" he asked, shocked. Victoria nodded. "You understand people. That's something this company desperately needs." Nathan hesitated. "I don't have the experience." "You have something better," she said. "You have heart. Before the story ends, I want you to do something special. Comment the word kindness if you believe even the smallest act can change someone's life." Nathan accepted the offer. Months later, the company transformed into something new, fair, compassionate, human. And Victoria, she never forgot the night she was left at a bus stop, or the man who refused to walk away. If this story touched your heart, if it reminded you that kindness can appear in the most unexpected moments, take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe, because sometimes the smallest act of compassion can rewrite someone's entire story.